So a simple way to fix hair UVs on almost any hair asset that you can find is to open up a UV editor. Make sure you go ahead and apply all your base colors and alpha maps. Done that. Go to shader view, and these hairs I've already fixed a little bit ago. But the process of fixing UVs is just going to edit mode. If you hit A to select all, on the left side you can see all your UVs. And all I did was I just went through by material. You can just select the material by itself. And as you can see, this hair material I have mapped to these two different parts of the texture. And then with same thing with the second material and the third. If one or two individual strands are maybe like upside down to where the alpha is adding a like the dithering or the transparency at the roots, you can just select that single strand by selecting a vertice, then hit Control L. Then you can select that entire strand. And then on the left side, you just hit R to rotate. And then you just type in 180, or you can just bring up this little menu, do the same thing. If you need to move around your UVs, you can just hit L while hovering over a island. It'll automatically just select one for you. You can hit G to move around, or you can just highlight the entire thing. Same thing, G to move. If the UVs are kind of like squished or maybe not covering the full part of the texture, you can scale it as it's highlighted. Either you hit S, then X to make it wider or skinnier, S, then Y to make it shorter or taller. So with all of these hairs, I think I touched up the bangs, floof, some parts of the long, mainly this front part, this front strand, and then I touched up the bottom parts, the longer strands, to cover more of the alpha, so they have more of like this transparency at the bottom. As well as the sides, I think I just did the longer strands. The top part should be fine. And then as well as the ponytail, same thing. The edge of the longer strands. Short hair, I think the short hair was good. And the side floofs. Now when you have that weird white outline look on your texture, it just means that the UVs are covering more space than there is like on the texture. Like let's say like I want to move this part to cover like this part of the texture, right? So I move it, I scale it, and if I scale it just a little bit bigger than the actual texture, because there's no image data on this, like that very outer edge, I'm gonna create that like white outline because it's just nothing there on the actual texture itself to apply onto the mesh. So I recommend once you scale your UVs and everything, just kind of make them a little bit smaller in the actual part of the texture. So just like scale it down just a little bit to where there's just like a small edge on the very outside. Be good. And that should be it.